Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I've got for you yet another new car on this channel, and this is a Hyundai Ioniq full EV. Now this is another car that I really like, and I think it has a lot to offer for the price, to be honest. But you know what, as always, what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick walk around just so you can see the condition of the car, and then we're going to jump inside and I'm going to show you all the interior features and gizmos and gadgets and everything that this car comes with, because it is absolutely fully loaded with tech. It's got literally everything you could imagine. So like I said, this is a Hyundai Ioniq Premium EV. It has the 28 kilowatt hour battery and is obviously fully automatic. It is a hatchback, and it puts out 118 brake horsepower, and it was first registered on the 28th of March 2017. It has a valid MOT until the 27th of March 2025, and obviously the road tax on this thing is 0 because it's a fully electric vehicle. Insurance group is 16E, so it's quite low on the insurance bracket as well, which means that it's not going to cost you a fortune to insure this thing. CO2 output obviously is 0 because, again, it's a fully electric car, and it has a top speed of 103 miles per hour, and it has a 0 to 60 time of 10.2 seconds. So it's quick enough. The last MOT passed without any advisories, has a very good service history, has only 2 previous owners, and yeah, it just goes. That's pretty much it. Another thing to mention is in terms of distance, so you can get about 130 miles on a full charge. It's a very rapid charge as well, so it charges because it does come with the CCS charger, so you get the Type 2 charger as well as the CCS charger, so you can actually fast charge it as well. And it takes, fast charging it probably takes about 25 minutes to fully charge it, something like that. So it's not bad at all. The only thing I did want to mention is, and honestly, if I wouldn't show you, looking at this, do you see anything? Probably not. But the thing I do want to mention is just here. You can probably see it in a different. Let me see if I sit in this. Oh yeah, there we go. So you can probably see that the lacquer is peeling off just a little bit over on the front bumper. But like I said, if I wouldn't point that out, you wouldn't be able to see it. And it is a lot worse in the video. I mean, I started doing this video. Well, I started taking photos and everything, and only then I've just noticed that it's peeling there. So, and I've walked around this car multiple times, but I just wouldn't see it. Here's another really nice thing. I don't know if this shows in the video. No, it doesn't. But when you're looking at that, so over there, it shines like it's got diamonds in there. It shines in so many colors. I don't know if that comes across through in the video, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. The alloys are in really good condition. That's just a little bit of mud, so yeah, no, that's fine. So the alloys are in very good condition, and us trying to see if there's any other imperfections anywhere, but no, it's a very nice example. It's been very well kept. Having a look inside, obviously you get electric windows. I do love the fact that you got soft touch materials pretty much all over the cabin, to be honest. Except here, they've used a little bit harder plastic there, but places that you touch normally do have like soft touch material. And the seats are in very good condition. No tears or rips or anything like that anywhere on the seats, and they are manually adjustable. Having a look inside, you've got a nice and big glove box with your owner's manual, which yeah, it might take you a while to go through, but yeah, it does come with the owner's manual. Having a look in the rear, nice and wide opening doors, and again, just to show you the rear seats as well, as you can see, absolutely beautiful condition. let's put the armrest down. So yeah, it does come with an armrest with a couple of cup holders for the rear passengers, which is nice. And then on the back of the seats, you get these nets where you can put some snacks, iPads, stuff like that. Right, this is your fuel gauge, fuel cap. Obviously, that's where you plug it in. Actually, let me just open the fuel cap just so you can see it. So to release the fuel cap, there's a button here. You can press on that, and that just releases the fuel cap. It's here, opens up, and then this is your Type 2 charger. And then if you want to do the CCS, you can unplug that one, and then you've got rapid charging, well, fast charging. Let's just plug these back in, just like that, and let's close that. Cool. Right, let's have a look over at the rear. So it does come with rear parking sensors, but on top of the parking sensors, you also get a reverse camera as well, and it's a very nice and clean and crisp reverse camera. Boot is fairly decent, especially for an electric car. I mean, obviously with the electric cars, you do have the batteries underneath, which take up quite a lot of space. But this one has a nice, decent boot, and then underneath here, you've got a little bit more storage over there. You've got your triangle and your tire mobility kit. So it doesn't come with a spare tire, but you do get a tire inflating kit. Comes with both charging cables. So this one is the 3-pin plug to the Type 2 charger, and in here you've got your Type 2 to Type 2 charger, which you can plug this in at any charging points. So it does come with both chargers. Trying to see if there's anything else. Not in the boot. Oh yeah, you do also have this parcel shelf, which you can extend to cover all your valuables inside, just to keep them away from prying eyes. And then it's very easy, just retracts like that, so it's very easy to operate. To close the boot, you've got a handle just over here, so you can pull on that, and then the boot closes just like that. And same as the Honda Civic, Toyota Prius, Honda Insight, and a few others, you got this split rear window. So you've got another window just underneath the spoiler here, and some people says it takes visibility. I personally don't mind it at all. I think it's nice to have visibility through this as well, because you can see much better at a straight angle behind you, so you can see like incoming traffic and everything like that. So it just, personally, I think it's better. Right, having a look at the rear behind the driver. Now the driver's seat is pushed all the way back. That's because I needed more room to take photos and everything. But yeah, that wouldn't be a normal driving position. As you can see, it's very, very far back, and you wouldn't be able to drive it like that. Just to show you the rear seats over on this side, the rear seats do fold down as well. So as you can see, but obviously because that one is pushed all the way back, the rear seats do fold down and they lie pretty much completely flat. So if you need to load longer items, you can do absolutely no problems at all. ISOFIX points on the both outer seats. I don't know if I've mentioned the ISOFIX points. I don't think I did. But yeah, you do have 2 ISOFIX points on either side of the rear seats, so you can fit child seats and everything. And moving over to the driver's side, actually, before we look at this, let's just pop the bonnet, which is over there, and let's have a look underneath the bonnet and see what we got there. There you guys. That's how your electric motor looks like, and then you've got your 12-volt battery over there, and all the other wizardry and witchcraft that powers this car, which I understand very little about, because it's complicated. um, so yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend you doing servicings or anything like that at home. Take it to a fully qualified mechanic when it comes to electric cars, because you can become unalive very, very quickly by messing with those cables, orange cables and everything. So yeah. Right. Driver side, you got controls for all four windows. That's to lock and unlock the car. That's to lock the rear windows. That's your mirror adjustment, and it's got an auto folding feature as well. And just to show you the driver's seat, again, very good condition. Manual adjustments, but you do also have lumbar support. If you can see that button there, just there. That's for your lumbar support. So on long journeys, this is fantastic. Right. Let's start from the right and work our way to the center of the car. So over here, you've got your lane keep assist. That is your traction control. VESS, that's your virtual engine sound system. I think that's what it's called. So you can turn that off. And basically, when you drive this car, it's very strange because it's unlike any other electric car that I've driven. So usually electric cars are very, 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 very quiet, right? When you drive them, all you hear is just a tire roll. Now with this one, you can actually hear the motor. So when you accelerate it sounds like an actual engine underneath there. And if you press that button, it just diminishes that sound by a little bit, but you can still listen. You can still hear that motor. Like it just sounds like. Do you know what? I genuinely, initially, I thought that there might be an issue with it because I'm so used to like electric cars being so quiet, and I thought it was an issue with it. So I took it to Hyundai, and they said no, that's absolutely normal. There's no warnings. There's no warnings coming up when you plug the tester in. The motor works fine. There's no drop in voltage. There's nothing. It just that's how it is. I was like, right, okay. I mean, I'm used to electric cars being like silent. They said, yeah, well, this is just different. I was like, right, okay, well, if you say so. So yeah, but yeah, that is what that is. So you can the VSS, it just um softens the sound, the noise. That button there is for the intensity, the light in the dashboard, and then down there you've got your so this is a timer, so you can plug the car in and you can set a timer for when you want it to start. This is to lock the charger in. So let's say you take it to a public charger, you plug it in, and to stop people from messing around with it or unplugging it or anything like that, you can press on that button and it just locks it in there so they can't physically unplug the charger. And that's just to open the fuel cap. The lane keeping assist, it's a very, very nice feature. It's basically as you're driving, the car will do minor corrections or to the steering wheel to keep you in your lane. Now there's two systems. There's lane departure warning and there's lane keep assist. Okay, lane departure warning is like the older version of it, so that doesn't actually make any inputs in the steering wheel. That just sounds an alarm when you're going over the white lines. Now the lane keep assist is the 2.0 version. This is basically very close to the Tesla's autopilot, like very, very close, because it has over here it's got adaptive cruise control. So you can set, let's say, the speed at 70 miles an hour, and you're driving on the motorway at 70 miles an hour. If there's a car in front of you that's driving slower, the car will automatically slow down to match the speed of the cars in front, or it will accelerate if that car picks up speed. So, and also it's the same thing with the lane keeping assist. So the car is driving on its own, it keeps the distance from the car in front, and if your car starts going slightly to the left or slightly to the right, the car will automatically input a direction in the steering wheel, and it will just constantly keep you on the center lane, which is it's great. I obviously don't recommend you taking the hands off the steering wheel. So you have to have your hands on the steering wheel. I think if you take your hands off, it will drive like that for about 10 seconds until it's going to start beeping at you and telling you put your hands on the steering wheel. If you don't, I believe the system just completely deactivates itself, and yeah, you just need to keep your hands on the steering wheel. You don't have to have both hands on the steering wheel, or you don't have to like grip it really hard. But as long as it feels any sort of resistance on the steering wheel, then the car knows that you're still there, you're still aware, and it will just keep doing its job, right? So, but please, please, please don't take your hands off the steering wheel. Don't do stupid videos like I've seen people doing, where they just start the car, they set the cruise control, and they just jump on the passenger seat, thinking that they're cool, that their car drives itself. Don't be an idiot, okay? There's plenty of people that died like that, and don't just be another statistic, right? Just sit on your driver's seat, keep your hands on the steering wheel, and pay attention to the road, because these systems are here to help us, not to take over our job as a driver, right? So just please, right, cool. Let's move over. Let's move forward. Over here, so you've got controls for your media. This is a volume up and down. That's to answer and reject a phone call. That's for your voice command, and that's your mode to change between radio presets. And then over here, actually, let me just start the car up. So put your foot on the brake, press the start button, and then the car starts straight away. As you can see, all the lights come on as they should, and then they go off again as they hopefully should. Now, there's absolutely no noise at all. You don't even know the car is on. It's very silent. That motor, that engine noise only comes on when you're driving off, right? When you're driving, that's where you can hear it. Otherwise, when the car is stationary, absolutely silent. Now, in the dash, there's literally no warning lights. The only two lights are the fact that the handbrake is applied and the fact that I'm not wearing my seatbelt at the moment. And that green sign there is basically to indicate that the car is ready to be driven, right? So because it's so quiet, you don't know if the engine is actually, the motor is actually on or off. So by seeing that sign in the dash says that the car is ready, and you can put it in drive and drive away. So over here, that is, so this button here selects different options in that screen, which I'm going to zoom in now, and hopefully that sun is going to stop being annoying. So as you can see, the car is doing 4.9 miles per kilowatt, and we're going to work that out very soon to see exactly like what the real mileage is that you can get. This is for your sat nav. System off, this is for your lane keeping assist, driving assist, door lights, sound, convenience, all that, and going back to this thing. Now, as you can see in the dashboard right now, it says that it's good for 126 miles, and the battery is pretty much fully charged. I think it's like 93% fully charged or something like that. So you can get about 130 miles out of a full charge. Depending how you drive it, you can probably get more than that. Like I've seen people doing about 150 in one of these. But you got to be very, very conscientious driver. You got to know exactly what you're doing and how to use regeneration and everything. And I'll show you what all that thing is in a second. So yeah, that's what that button does there. And then over here, this is for your adaptive cruise control. So this is to set the distance from the car in front. That's to cancel the adaptive, and that's to turn on the cruise control. And this is to increase the speed and decrease the speed. And then you've got set over here, and then resume at the top. Right. Now, I was telling you about the regen. So, regen. Excuse me. Right. So, regen is these flappy paddles at the back. So, these flappy paddles usually they are being used for changing gears. Now obviously with this car there's no gears to change because it's a fully electric car. Excuse me. I think my allergies are kicking back in. I hope not. right? So regen, what regen does, basically, let's say you are driving 70 miles an hour on the motorway, and you take your foot off the accelerator. Now, you can actually get the car to slow down a lot faster without having to touch the brake. So brakes in electric cars usually last for a very, very, very long time, and that is purely because it uses regen. So this car actually has 5 levels of regen. So it's got level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So you can actually regenerate it. So if you go all the way by pressing this, you can go all the way to level 4. The car will slow down, and it will I don't think it will come to a complete stop, but it will get very close to a complete stop. Okay, and that's the hardest regen. Now, what that regen does, it basically takes the kinetic energy from your wheels, and it puts it back into the batteries. Okay, it transforms it in electricity, and it puts it back into your batteries. So by doing this regen instead of pressing the brakes, you can actually achieve a lot more than 130 miles per hour, 130 mile range, right? Now over there, or to the very far right side, that's your battery level. So as you can see, it's not fully charged, it's missing 1 bar, so I haven't fully charged it. And down there you can see the mileage. The car's covered only 49,918 miles, so it's very low mileage, especially for an electric car, which can go for hundreds of thousands with literally no maintenance whatsoever. And then over there you've got your power, eco, and charge mode. So over there you're going to see a line going up and down as you're driving. If you're keeping it in the middle, eco, that means you're driving the most economical way. When you put your foot down, it's going to go into PWR, which is power. So that basically means that you're asking a lot from the system. And then same thing with charge. If you brake, like you do like emergency braking, or if you brake hard and stuff, you're going to see that line going all the way into charge because it tries to recuperate literally everything. This is your indicator stalk with full automatic lights, and this is your wipers, again with full auto wipers. And down there you've got your power button, so that's where you turn the car on and off. Now you probably noticed that I haven't even taken the key out of my pocket. That's because this car has complete keyless entry and keyless go. Sorry, technical difficulties. Right, there it is, found it. So that's how the key looks like, and it does come with 2 keys as well. And obviously you've got lock, unlock, and that's to release the boot. I'll just leave the key in there. Right, let's move over to the center console, because here we've got plenty of things to see. So as you can see here, it's got a split screen. So over there and to the left, you've got your navigation. Over to the right, you've got your radio station, EV menu, and all menus and my menu. So let's just go to all menus first. So over here, you've got EV, current position, navigation, phone projection, radio, music, settings, my menu, information, and quick guide. Okay, let's just start with navigation. So you've got your navigation there. That's where you search, nearby point of interest, safe places, Hyundai services. So you can do that. And actually, let me just go back there. And all menus, current position. Here we go. So if you go on current position, now you've got your sat nav up here. So you can input a destination, and you can obviously use this sat nav here rather than using your phone. If we press to go back home, sorry, it's difficult because I'm looking through the phone screen rather than directly at it. So I'm trying to work my hand through the screen basically. Right, let's go to the EV part. So over here, you see range, it says 125 miles. Nearby stations is 0.6 miles away. And energy information, 93%. So yeah, I told you, it's 93% fully charged. So you can get 130 miles out of it easily. Then you've got your drive mode settings, eco driving, charging and climate settings, EV settings. There's loads and loads, but I just don't have enough time to go through all the settings because there's absolutely loads in there. That's your phone connectivity, like I said, your radio. So if you go into your radio, you do have DAB radio, as you can see. And let me just... So sound, the radio works absolutely fine. There's literally no issues there whatsoever. Let's just put this in reverse. So if I put it in reverse, the handbrake automatically disengages, and you can see the reverse camera, which is working absolutely fine. No problems at all. Right, let's just put this back into park and engage the handbrake. Down there, you've got some of your controls. So you've got radio, media, phone. This is to go up and down in the menu, map, information, and settings. That's to turn off. If you press on this, it'll turn off the radio. And this is also your volume knob as well. And over here, this is to zoom in and out from the radio, from no, not from the radio, from the sat nav, or to change radio stations. Moving down there, you've got your climate control. So you've got your EV button there. So if you press that EV button, it takes you back to that menu. So this is like just a shortcut instead of going around through the settings. So you can press the EV button and it gives you this screen straight away. But actually, let me just show you a few things. So let's say eco driving. If I go into that, it tells you eco level 4, energy consumption 4.9 kilowatt, history. There you go. It shows you all the history of everything that's been done. There you go. 5.3 miles per kilowatt, 5.3, 3.3, 3.9, 5.3. Let's just say we average it at 5 miles per kilowatt. Right. If we average it at 5 miles per kilowatt, and like I said, this car has 28 kilowatts. So let me have a look because I've got another phone here. So let's say 5 miles times 28 kilowatts, 140. So in theory, you should be able to do about 140 miles. Now, like I said, I've actually seen people that do more than that. And you can see here that it is definitely doable. So you can actually achieve closer to 6 miles per kilowatt. So it all depends on how you're driving. Literally, it all depends on how you're driving. Let's just go back. Charging and climate settings. So this is the other thing that I mentioned. So you can actually set a timer for when you want the heating to start. So start driving at 9 a.m. Start driving at 2:40 p.m. So you can select different timers for when you want the car to start the heating. And we're getting close to the winter now, which basically means that obviously you will use the heating inside the car, but wouldn't it be nice if you could just start the heating before you actually even get inside the car? Let's say while you're having your coffee first thing in the morning, your car is warming up, and then you just jump inside and happy days, the car is warm. So yeah, that's a really nice feature that you can do with electric cars, EV settings, and so on. Like I said, there's plenty of things to talk about, but I mean, this video is already 30 minutes long and there's still so much to talk about. So yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. So going back to the climate control. So over here, this is where you select your temperature. Actually, might as well just start it. So as you can see, it's set to 30 degrees, which I don't know why I said 30 degrees because it's already warm outside. Let's set it up to 16. So you can set it up to 16 degrees. Heat, let's just turn the heating off because I don't need the heating on. So yeah, this is where you this is to select the speed of the fans. This is to select the temperature. That's your auto, front window defrost, rear window defrost, AC. That's to turn off your heating, and this is for your recirculation. That's the mode where you want to select where you want the air to come out from. This is to turn it off. And you also have a driver only mode, which is really cool because it actually helps you save battery. Because obviously if you turn on the heating, see, it went from 127 to 125. So if you turn on the heating, obviously the battery is going to take a bit of a hit. So it will decrease your range. But if you press the driver only, then it will only blow air from the driver's side air vents, so it will stop blowing air through those, and because it's going to use less air, it's going to be more efficient. So you can easily do that as well, which is, it's a really cool feature. But look, if I turn it off now, so now it's on, but if I turn it off now, look at uh, the uh, the range over there, the predicted range. So right, if I turn it off, 125 miles, turn it off, huh, nothing happened. Okay, so it wasn't drawing that much. Actually, wait, heat. There you go. That jumped all the way down to 116 miles because I've turned the heat on. See, if I turn the heat off, jumps right back to 125 miles. That's what I was trying to show you. So yeah, the putting the heating on does take a bit of a hit to the battery. Right, let's keep going. Down there, absolutely brilliant. You've got two 12-volt sockets. As you can see, that's one and that's your second. So you got two 12-volt sockets in there. You've got your auxiliary port and your USB port in there as well. Nice big cubby in there. You can, there's plenty of storage, so you can put a lot of stuff in there. And then moving over to the gear selector, you can see it looks a bit weird as it's not an actual gear shift. So it's buttons. So you've got P for park, reverse, neutral, and drive over here, and this is like a little armrest. So all you do is you press these buttons to get it in into gears. Over there you've got your you've got a wireless charger, and I don't know if that started working or not, but I think it did. Let me just see. Is it working? Let me take this out the case because I'm pretty sure this phone has wireless charging. No, I think it's too big. I think the phone is too big for the wireless charger. But yeah, the wireless charger does work because I have actually tried it on my phone, which is a little bit smaller than this thing because this is bigger than my hand. So yeah, the wireless charger works absolutely fine. You've got two cup holders here, and over here you've got some more interesting buttons. So you've got your heated seats, which are heated on 3 levels. This is your drive mode select. So if you press that, you can see it switches. You've got sport, eco, and normal. But one thing I do like is the actual color and the way the speedometer looks when you press the drive mode. It looks really cool. So right now it's in normal, now it's in sport, it looks a little bit sportier, and now it's in eco, showing you that little green gauge and all that. So yeah, it's really nice. I would also leave it in normal because, well, that's the best way. Auto hold, absolutely brilliant feature. So when you're sat at a traffic light, instead of keeping your foot on the brake, press the auto hold button. You only have to press it once actually, every time you start the car. So you can press auto hold and then you don't have to press it again until you turn the car off and back on again. Auto hold, so yeah, like I said, you keep your foot on the brake, you press the auto hold, and then you can take your foot off the brake and the car will stay put. So it's not going to keep rolling. It's not going to roll forward even if you're in drive. And then over here, you've got your heated steering wheel, which again is an absolutely fantastic feature to have, especially now that winter's around the corner. You can turn your heated steering wheel on and it'll just keep your hands nice and warm. And over here, you've got your electronic handbrake, which automatically disengages as soon as you put the car into drive or reverse. So let's say you jump in the car in the morning, all you do is you start the car, you put it in drive, and then the handbrake automatically disengages and you can pull away. Over here, you've got a nice, big, chunky armrest, which opens up. You've got a little flappy paddle here, push on that. And then down there, you've got a really deep storage bin and another 12-volt socket. So 3 12-volt sockets in the front. I don't think you can ever have enough of these because there's so many things you can plug in these days. You've got your phone, you've got your dash cam, you've got if you're like me, you've got about 15 things plugged in at the same time. I used to have a heads-up display, my dash cam, 2 phone chargers, the interior lights. So I used to have, well, I used to put those ambient lighting, and that they needed to be plugged in, and plenty of other things as well, like puddle lights and everything. So yeah, but having three 12-volt sockets rather, it's really good. Moving at the top here, you've got your auto dimming rear view mirror. So basically what that does is it automatically excuse me, it automatically dims the mirror if you've got somebody driving behind you with their high beams on. And see, have a look at the rear window. Now, yes, you've got that line in the middle, as you can see it. But for me, seeing that bottom part actually helps a lot more than if I wouldn't have it. So imagine if that wouldn't be there. How poor would your visibility be then? And then look at that. So you can literally see exactly what's happening behind you rather than slightly at a incline. So I actually love that feature. And then over here, let me just go ultra wide. Over here, you've got your interior lights, which obviously work absolutely fine. And the holy grail, the sunglass holder. Yes, this car comes with a sunglass holder, because why not? Just give us sunglass holders in every car. It's too much to ask. And cup holders here, like a Toyota Auris had recently. I absolutely love that. But yeah, I think that would be pretty much it. I mean, it's already a 36-minute video, so it's quite long and boring, I would say, for some people. But it's very informative. I want to go through everything. I hope you guys found it useful as well. I'm just gonna think now, where am I gonna park it, because I'm pretty much full when it comes to parking. Probably leave it here, to be honest. Oh, right. Let me just close this baby up. Right, so we are already in ultra wide lens. So put it in drive. Don't know if you hear that, but that was the handbrake that released itself straight away. And I'm just gonna try and see. Oh, is that a space there? Yes, it is. Oh, yes. Yes, I've got a space right there. Right, let me back it up. Sorry, I keep moving the hand that I use for filming. Right. Didn't know I had that space there, but now I do. So it's big. Right. Here we go. Just try not to hit any of my other cars. Looking at the reversing camera. And now you can hear the parking sensors kicking in as well. Park. And that is it. We have arrived. So yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful car. It's a perfect city driving car if you use it to nip around town and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not just that, because like I said, you get about 130 miles. So see, the mileage just went up 126. I was that efficient from there to here. I was so efficient. I got another mile. Anyway, if you're interested, you can find me on 01684 355 032. You can give me a call and we can book an appointment. Or you can visit our website at www.vindemautos.co.uk. Or you can send me an email at vindemautos@gmail.com. Or if you have any other questions, you can just leave them in the comments here, and I will do my best to get back to you. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.